Book smell. Okay everyone, today we're gonna do something interesting. Sea shanties have recently come back into popularity, and then they've kind of dropped back out of popularity. I haven't heard that many recently, but they were popular for a minute. And because I'm always behind the times, I'm finally catching up to that trend. Yay! So I thought it would be really fun to dress up in my piratey garb. Even though I have a tri-corner hat, I don't know where it is. I got a hat specifically for dressing up in these type of situations, and I can't find it. Anyway, today we are doing a brand new tag by me, a sea shanty book tag. But yes, basically an excuse to dress up piratey and sing. Two things that I love. You do not have to sing the sea shanties, but I will be singing a little portion of them because I like that. Okay. I have all of my questions written down. They will be down in the doobly-doo. However, I have not prepared any answers ahead of time, so this could get interesting. So the first question on the sea shanty book tag is Wellerman. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The Wellerman is a book that should make a comeback. I chose this one because the Wellerman song is the reason that sea shanties were making a comeback for a minute. If you didn't know, over on TikTok, people were doing that duet thing and all adding their voices to a beautiful Wellerman compilation. There are so many different examples of it on YouTube. Go check them out, but this song helped sea shanties make a comeback. So, what is a book that should make a comeback? I'm actually going to cheat right away and say that there is an author that should make a comeback, and that is Tamara Pierce. If you're my age and you like fantasy, you probably read some of her books growing up, but you know what? She probably has more books that you didn't even realize that she had. She's got two different, fantasy worlds that she writes in. Like I said, I didn't prepare any of these answers. Preparing answers, not on my channel. But yes, she has so many books, so many series. You should go and recheck them out, rediscover them. I bet you won't be disappointed. Next we have Roll the Old Chariot, which is actually one of my favorites, and I actually have a whole video of me singing it if you want to go check that out. And we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. So the thing I discovered about this song when I was recording a video for it is that there are a lot of verses and they're all kind of interchangeable, and so your song could be as long or as short as you wanted it to be. And that just made me think of series. So for this one, I have a series that you want everyone to read. This one's going to be tough for me because I don't read a lot of series anymore, and I'm not just going to cheat and say Tamara Pierce again, even though that is true. I'm going to say an oldie but a goodie. If you love animals and you love history, then you will probably really enjoy the All Creatures Great and Small series, which is about Yorkshire vet James Harriot working in the Yorkshire Dales in this time period. There's lots of animals. It's so freaking heartwarming. The audiobooks are great, so get into that series if you love animals. Number 3 is Don't Forget Your Old Shipmate. I have to look at the lyrics for this one because I don't have this one memorized. Safe and sound at home again, let the waters roar, Jack. Safe and sound at home again, let the waters roar, Jack. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, rally, 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 rye-oh. There you go, that was that. Nigel is here to hit me in the face with his tail. He's my old shipmate. Because this one is all about not forgetting old friends, we're going to say this one is a story you read as a kid that still holds up. And that one's going to be easy. That is Dealing with Dragons. I loved that book when I was younger. Oh my goodness. I loved that book when I was younger, and I recently reread it for a read-along if you want to go check it out. And let me tell you, it holds up. That book is solid. Some of the snappiest and most intentional writing you will probably ever read. Go check it out. The next one up is Flying Dutchman. Turn this ship around me, boys, turn around and run. The storm, it wants a battle and is sure that we're outgunned. What of the ship that's out there, do we leave her to the gale? She's called the Flying Dutchman and it's rage that fills her sails. So the Flying Dutchman is actually one of my favorite stories about a ghost ship that lures other ships in to their deaths. And for that question, we have a favorite horror story or story that doesn't end happily. Because I think we can all tell where that Flying Dutchman song was headed. I'm sure I have a favorite horror story, but what is it?
3 hours later.
Okay, Nigel and I have been sitting here looking through my Goodreads for a while, and there's still, like, I have 600 something books, and I don't sort them into nice bookshelves like a sane person. So I'm just gonna say that Pet Sematary is my favorite horror, even though it's certainly not. I just can't remember what my all-time favorite horror would be right now, but I did enjoy Pet Sematary. I'm not actually a big Stephen King fan, but of his books that I have read, this one was definitely my favorite. Number 5, Drunken Sailor. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Drunken Sailor is a very popular book that you also like. So sometimes it's fun to hate on popular books, but every now and then we have to admit that, yeah, we like really popular books too, and that's okay. Sometimes it's just fun to sing Drunken Sailor. Am I gonna have to go back to my Goodreads? I mean, probably, because I don't remember what's popular, and also I like it, so... Okay, I'm just gonna go with one of the first ones that I saw. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I really liked it, and it's really popular for good reason, in my opinion. She is definitely an insta-read author for me. Whatever she comes out with, I'm gonna be reading it. The next one is Leave Her Johnny. Gonna have to look up the lyrics for that one as well. Just so you guys do know, I am trying to stick with more traditional, old school sea shanties, so I'm definitely going to be missing some out because I don't know all of them, and if there's a favorite sea shanty that's maybe more modern. I didn't put the Mariner's Revenge in here, for example, which is a really popular one. Well, popular in my circles. I run in really nerdy circles, but I didn't put that one in there because it's newer, so I'm mostly trying to stick with the classic sea shanties, and even then I'm definitely going to miss some of your favorites, so feel free to comment below with your own favorite sea shanties. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. So obviously this song is all about sort of giving up on a voyage when things are not going well, and that's okay sometimes. You're dealing with that sunk cost fallacy. Sometimes you just have to leave her, Johnny. Her being the ship, or in this case, a series you put down and probably won't come back to. For me, there are so many, because I really struggle to read series. I fully intend to go back to many of them, so let's see if I can, again, using my Goodreads, find any that I do not intend to go back to. Okay, so this is a 2-book series, but it's just one of the first ones that came up on my list. I have no intention of reading the second book in the Gentleman Bastards series that begins with Lies of Locke Lamora, because I just didn't like the first one. I was disappointed by it. I was promised a lot of bromance, and there's barely any bromance in it, and I think I might have a book review, but I don't remember. I just have no desire to continue and read the second book. And also, speaking of heist books, I also didn't like Six of Crows, and have no intention of continuing with that series, or that author, probably. And now I can feel most of you clicking away, because that is a hugely popular series. Alright, my voice is starting to go, but I've got only two more songs. So next we have Haul Away Joe. Way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away Joe. If you don't know that song, it's very repetitive. That Haul Away Joe lyric comes in again and again, because obviously most sea shanties are working songs. And because it's so repetitive, the question is a trope you don't mind seeing repeated over and over. Nigel, what's a trope that I love and I want to keep seeing repeated over and over? I feel like it's a cop-out, but I'm gonna have to go with the bromance. I love a bromance. I will take a bromance over a romance any day, and I mean bromance as in they don't have to both be dudes. Any gender of friendship, a friendship that is so strong and so beautiful, and romance doesn't enter into it. Yes. Forever until the end of time, if there's a bromance, I am here for it. And finally, the last one is Health to the Company, which is stretching Sea Shanty a little bit, but it seemed like a really good song to end on. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let's drink and be merry all out of one glass. Let's drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. I think I got that last verse wrong, but it's a sea shanty, so you can like mix them up if you want to. I'm not gonna keep trying to sing it though, because every time I start, Nigel starts whacking me with his tail. I don't think he likes that one very much. Possibly because I'm the worst at singing that one. Everyone's a critic, especially the cat. Alright, so A Health to the Company, a song all about saying goodbye, at least for a while. And that is a book you and your friends love or that reminds you of old friends. Now, I don't know if I have any books in common with my friends, but I think our tastes are pretty different. Like, for example, one of my closest friends loves the Wheel of Time series. I'm not counting my husband, he also loves that series. And I just, no. I think, honestly, a book that at least just kind of makes me think of home, think of friendship, think of family, is The Hobbit, because, I mean, most of us have read it, so at least most of us kind of have that in common. People my age and older have usually read The Hobbit. And also, it's just very comforting, and there's a lot of companionship in it, you know, with all of the dwarves and Bilbo and their friendship that grows, and so I can definitely... Thinking about The Hobbit brings on the same warm friend feeling that I get from my friends. So even if we don't all love The Hobbit definitely makes me think of friendship and home, as much as a person like me can have warm, happy thoughts. So that was my brand new tag with answers I didn't prepare beforehand, and you can tell, can't you? You can tell. Feel free to do this tag. Like I said, you don't need to sing the sea shanties. If people want to hear somebody singing the sea shanties and you don't want to, you can just send them back to my video. But you also may sing the sea shanties if you would like to, and in fact, I encourage it. Nigel seems to have like shunned me after that last song. He's so embarrassed at my singing that he's done. He is done. And we're done too, everyone. Don't forget that you can purchase my book, The Wolf and the Hawk, which is a fantasy romance, on sale now on Amazon. There's a song in it. It's not a sea shanty. But there is a sea shanty-esque song coming up in my next book, so get hyped, I guess. Nigel was interested in that part. He was like, oh, really? I got out like every single ring I own, and 2 of them are just crappy, like, dollar store rings that are supposed to change color with your mood. This one still works. This one is not. And then I have these 2 opal costume jewelry rings. But you know what? I don't wear rings. I'm not a ring person, so this is the best I've got. I have lots of videos here on my channel, including lots of tags, some of them by me, most of them not. So go check them out, all in a handy-dandy playlist for ease of your binging. Speaking of ease, for ease of your clicking, all of my social media is down in the doobly-doo. I post new videos like twice a week, and if you need more than that, you can head on over to my Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get exclusive content not seen here on the regular channel, including lots more updates about my writing. I think that's everything. Sometimes I feel like I forget stuff in my own outro, and I've only been doing this for a million years. But I will see all of you again next time with whatever Nigel and I happen to be doing next time. Bye! For we may and might never all meet here again. Oh, try that again. For we may and might never... Nope. Quick, let me explain. No, it's too much. Let me sum up. These are my patrons. Belle, Patrick, Anne Sophie, Callison, Ray, Artemis, Shelby, Zaire, Jesper, Irene, Scribbling Cat, Savvy, Jenny, Amanda, Lisa, Sarah, Anna W, Anna C, Light Julie, OS, Hidden Glade, Persephone, Kit, Lennox, and Rainfall. Whew, I hope you were paying attention. Those are some awesome patrons you just heard about. Also, a special welcome to our newest patron, Rainfall, who would like you to check out their YouTube channel, where they have mostly humorous content about Japanese games. So if there's any sort of odd overlap with my channel and those interests, please go check them out. Link will be in the doobly-doo. You know what to doobly-doo. And we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.